like few questions. So one is like about what do you feel about the atmosphere of the conference here? Like how do you like it?
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I mean, it looks like a very curious audience that really seemed really engaged.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a very invigorating environment. Great panelists, great audience, and lots of stuff going around.
And as you guys, Shantanu, you specifically mentioned about that it's not all about tech and there is human involved, and I totally agree with that. So so for example, there are so many online startups now which cater to the education, Coursera, Udacity, Khan Academy, like so many more, where I feel like there are many streams in which you have to do lab work. You need physical presence, right? For example, in physics experiments, you can't just learn them by looking at them. I mean, true that computer science is something which you can learn, but what about the other areas like mechanical or like metallurgy or like things which need more hands-on?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's a great point, and I think in general, if you're thinking about how technology can help education, you shouldn't think about how technology can deliver education. You should think about how technology can help education, how it can help the student, how it can help the parents, how it can help the teachers, how it can help anywhere in that environment. And I think if I was looking at an ed tech startup, that's exactly the lens that I would look at it, which is where are problems? Maybe technology can allow you to do these lab experiments in ways that are so much more productive, or you can do the analysis so much faster. Maybe it allows you to test hypotheses in a different way. Like you should look at the whole spectrum of the space and really look at how it can help.
Um, I don't have much to add there. I think I'm from a consumer point of view. So, yeah.
So another thing on top of that, so there is, for example, in India, there is, I don't know if you know him, but there is someone called Professor H. Verma, and he's from IIT Delhi, and they have initiative which they basically cater to the rural children, and they perform experiments at such a lower cost. So I was just wondering, does Khan Academy or like are they doing anything in that direction? Like basically catering, like allowing to do lab experiment at a lower cost, reducing the cost so that it is available, it is accessible to most of the people.
Yeah, so I think there's a few things. So one, just trying to create all of these resources that are available to as many people as possible. And I think particularly when you go to rural India, there's unique challenges. There's a challenge of do you have technology at all that you can actually access information with. So, but I am particularly excited given the adoption of phones in India. I mean, smartphones or even yeah,
Wi-Fi, yeah.
Wi-Fi. I mean, it's getting there. I mean, it's getting there, frankly, faster than other infrastructure is getting there. And I think it's quite exciting because I think it does open up so many more opportunities to reaching some of the hardest places on the planet to reach.
So I have a question for you, Geeta. So you talked about your daughter that she was taking a course, but it is not accredited by the University of California. So I was thinking on the other way around. Yeah. So for example, I'm talking more about in India context. So we have engineering colleges, but those degrees, like we don't use most of them, right? They're not very practical. They are not very real world oriented. So I believe that that curriculum needs to change. And similarly, these open source education systems, they also have. So I feel like they should come together, and I just wanted to know your views.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think the way even IITs work today, where depending on your rank, you get into this engineering or that engineering, and then later you probably never use your degree ever, and you end up doing I don't know MBA or computer programming or whatever, right? I think we need to use online education to make the whole thing more scalable. So we have to accept as a society the truth that there is different demand for different degrees. And just because an IIT has maybe 50 seats for computer science and 50 seats for civil engineering, there is not as much demand for civil, I mean, whether we like it or not. Um, so maybe just scale back on the fields where there is not enough demand, and then on the fields that there is enough demand, you can do all these online courses and maybe just go and write the final exam so that you can get to the next level, and that will make the whole thing more scalable so more students are able to those do those courses and they're able to get those degrees which are in higher demand. That would be a lot better use of our resources.